right, we didn't have a scrimmage today. We came over here, the first part of practice was a lot of cleanup. We even went back to, just to some basic fundamentals, as far as alignment, assignment stuff, the first half of practice. Second half of practice, we got after pretty good. Had a lot of 11 on 11, had a little half line, a little inside. The emphasis again today was, third down and 7+, rushing the passer, protecting, throwing the football, knowing where the chains are, things like that. We did a little bit of red zone in team, a little red zone and 7-on-7 as far as being specific. We also mixed in special teams in the middle and at the very end.
Talk about special teams, how the kickers are doing.
We put the kickers in some situations as game-like as possible with the pressure on. I think they responded fairly well with that. We also try to do the same thing with our punter and our deep snapper, punt returners. We focused on that, in the middle part of practice.
Is Jonathan Wallace your holder?
He's in the mix right now. He's also doing some other special teams type things, and just trying to help our team in any way he can. And he's doing a solid job as quarterback also.
Are you planning any other scrimmaging other than today?
As of right now, this will be next Saturday, but we'll have a good practice on Tuesday and Thursday, leading up to that.
What's the plan for next Saturday? Is it ones versus
It's going to be exactly like it was, last spring game, and we're going to put the ball down, and we're going to get after it, and we're going to do what we do.
Just a year ago, you were pretty happy to have those extra practices after a day for corrections. This year, you won't have that. Is there a different mindset than this week?
Yeah, we spread spring out a little bit longer. Last year it was kind of a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and didn't have a whole lot of in-between time. And we've had plenty of time, and so we're not in that dire need like we were last year to feel like we needed practice after a day.
Gus, will you have a post-spring depth chart that you put out?
We will have somewhat. Can't guarantee I'm going to go too deep and hand it out, but we will have somewhat of a depth chart.
So right now it's Carlson running ones with the kickers and Hutchison with the punters.
Correct.
Gus, you've had 4 weeks now. Who have you seen make the biggest progression in your eyes from, say, day one to where we're at now?
Obviously, that type of question as far as progression is going to be the younger guys. As a whole, it's going to be the junior college guys because it's their first experience, and they've definitely, came the farthest. That's not to say anything negative against our returners, just the fact they have more experience. I'd like to think that the whole group has improved. I think at this time we have, and we still haven't arrived, and we still got work to do. We got to clean certain things up, and our expectations for the first group are a lot higher, and our second group should be coming on, as far as execution better also.
Gus, what have you seen out of Justin Garrett this spring so far?
I think he's improved. It's kind of the same thing we saw last spring. He's got a nose for the football. He'll really finish. He's a physical type guy, and he's done a very solid job this spring. I think the bottom line is we just got to keep him healthy.
Has Nick done anything in the last week of note that's kind of stand out? Nick, has he done anything in the last week, either today, the last couple of practices?
Yeah, I'd say him and Jeremy both. This week was really a strong emphasis on throwing the football, and I think both those guys have had opportunities to do that and got more comfortable. And at the same time, our receivers, and we'll do the same thing the next 2 practices. As far as throwing and catching the ball and protecting.
What have you seen from Nick as far as his, making the right reads? Ray was talking the other day about how it was 4th read to the running back, and he decided to dump it off on like a 3rd and long play. So what have you seen as far as that, making the right decision?
Like I said, our goal was all of our foundation plays that he feels comfortable with his drops and his eyes and his progression. And I think he's getting closer, and it's just a matter of the more reps he gets. He's very coachable. He takes coaching extremely well, and it's just a matter of programming. And I think he's come a long way. And I think if you ask Coach Lashley, he would say the same thing.
Did Nick throw the ball in 11 on 11 or 7 on 7 today?
What's that?
Did Nick Marshall throw the ball?
I know he warmed up. I think Coach Lashley had him behind with him a lot, kind of watching through and things like that.
But he's not injured or anything. He was just
Yeah, he's fine.
Has he done anything specifically different this spring that he wasn't doing in January?
Anything, so again?
Anything specific that he's done differently or improved on from January?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, you know, that time that we had before the championship game, I felt like he really improved, which was the first time he was able to slow down, Coach Lashley work with him. And there's no doubt he's improved from that time, and he's gotten better, more comfortable. It's like anything else, you know, the more you do something, the more comfortable you get. And like I said, I think the key thing with him is he's very coachable. And, you know, he listens to instructions. He tries to do it exactly like Coach Lashley asked him to do. And so those things combined, you know, he's definitely improved.
Coach Lashley was talking about just how 2 years ago with Ryan Apple got to a point where he was sitting in the meeting rooms almost game planning with you guys. Do you hope that Nick is able to get to that type of point? Do you think he's close to that, to the understanding?
Yeah, there's no doubt he'll be farther along in that area. You know, there was times last year that he just had to concentrate on himself and making sure he had himself ready. I really believe this next year, you know, the big picture, making sure the pieces of the puzzle around where he needs them to be, you know, it just comes with experience, and I think he'll be able to do that.
Thanks, Coach. We got the players right outside.
Have we ever, Gus, have we